Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to the tutorial. So in this one, we're going to go ahead and clean up our files a little bit, but that doesn't mean that we'll be creating the full inheritance video in this one. And some parts in this course are going to be used for actually showing you guys how to work with inheritance, because right now, if you look at the structure of our codes, you see that we have this head section in all the template files, right? And that's not the way it should be. So we need to create one file that's going to extend all that, and we're going to be doing that later in the end part of this video, okay? But for now, just the thing I want to create is to work with alerts. So if you come over here now and refresh this, then you're gonna see that there is this alert that shows up at the home page. So I'm gonna get back to the home page, and as you can see, this alert over here. So I want to show up this alert on all the pages and not manually write it down for different pages. Okay, so how do we do that? It's quite easy. Now we need to come over to our template. I'm going to get rid of it, create a new file over here, and we're going to call that one alert.html. okay, so aside from the alert.html, I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this folder partials. So you can call it whatever you want. I called mine partials, and I'm going to put the alert.html in the partials folder. Okay, and to even make sure that this is a folder, I'm gonna delete it because I don't think it's a folder that I created over there. So I'm just gonna come over here, right click, and create a new folder, and I'm gonna call it partials, and take the alerts and put it in the partials. So that's it. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is grab the alert from Bootstrap. So you want to open up Bootstrap, you want to go to the documentation. So to grab the alert, it's quite easy. All you need to do is come to bootstrap.com. so I come over to this one, bootstrap.getting started, and what you simply need to grab is this. Let's just get to the home page so we'll see how everything is looking. Now you need to grab this over here and this, and you just need to put it at the I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to open up the alerts. Where is the alerts? There is it over here. I'm just going to put this at the top, and I'm also going to grab this one, and I'm going to put it at the bottom over here. Okay, and another thing that we could do is go ahead and come over to alerts over here, and you will click on the docs, come over to components, then alerts. Then I want to grab this one, and I'm just going to put it down here at the middle. Okay, so that's pretty much what I want to do. Now I'm just going to come over to the index page and get rid of this div that's holding the alerts, and also I'm going to get rid of the CDNs that I've imported at the top and the scripts that I've imported at the bottom. So I'm going to get rid of all this. Now if I refresh the home page, we are not going to see any alerts. So in order to show up this alerts, what we simply need to do is come over to the index.html. then wherever we want to show up the alerts, let's say it's down here, we just need to include the alerts file. Okay, so we're just going to say include, then it's in the partials folder, remember, / and we called it alerts.html. so as simple as that. Now let's refresh this one more time, and what do you notice? The alerts is showing up. So that's pretty much what we want, and let's see how it looks on mobile. So this is mobile. We refresh, it's showing up over there. So that's pretty much what we wanted, but right now something is not looking good. As you can see, this recommended thing over here is breaking, and we don't want that. And one more thing that I would also want to do later, we'll be working with the sidebar and all that, but one thing that I would want to do over here is go ahead and get the a tag, and I simply want to say td should be none, so that we remove that text on the line that we are getting over here. Actually, I think that should be coming from Bootstrap itself. Let's see, a text decoration or none. Okay, we're gonna fix that later. So we've done this now. I want to comment this out, and I want to check out for something. So I'm just gonna get rid of all this and comment this out. Then let's see. As you can see right now, the recommended thing is even being affected by the Bootstrap, so we need to fix out all this later. Okay, so this recommended, it's looking really huge now. We need to fix that up, and I think that's in the index.html, and that's pretty much because we assigned it to h1. I think I'm gonna look for the videos where the video started from, and the recommended, this is it over here. I think it's because it's in it's h1, and also even if it's h2, it's Bootstrap automatically styles all their h1, h2, and all that. So that's it. We could go ahead and give it our own custom styling for now. We could just say font size, and let's say we want it to be 20 px. and that should be it. Okay, so now for this alert, we don't want it to show up every time. We want it to show up dynamically. Now how do we do that? Okay, in order to make it show up dynamically, what we need to do is this. And before I even do that, I'm going to come over here and I simply want to give this div a simple class, and that one is going to be text/center, and that's pretty much because I want to center this text over here at the middle. Now after we've done that, let's go ahead and make this thing show up only when we need it to. Okay, so firstly over here we need to check if messages. So if messages, then that's only when we want it to show up. And if, so right now if we refresh it, it's not going to show up. As you can see, that's because we don't have any message. And let me actually load. Okay, no need of loading static because we have already got that there. And we need to run a for loop to actually get all the messages. Now we need to say for message in messages, and just down here we need to end the for loop. We're gonna say end for. Hopefully you guys already know how all these are working. We end the for, we bring this in here just a little like that, and we want to take this one in all the way in. And this is the button for closing, right? That's the button for closing. And one thing that we could do is put over here, you see we've got this alert-1 but what we just want to put there is message.tags. So it's going to get whether it's success or it's error or it's warning, then it's just going to display it over there. Okay, so in here, that's where we're going to put in the whatever message that we've got. So over here I'm just going to say message, and that should be it. So I'm just going to refresh this, and wherever we want to use the alert, we just need to import it over there. So if I come over to index.html, I could just copy this alert thing over the head I'm importing, and I could simply put it in the sign in. Let's look for where we want to put that. And right now we will get rid of this message thing. We don't need it any longer. Okay, let's just say we could put the alert thing down there, and let's go and test it out, and hopefully everything works fine. So we refresh this now, we log out. Okay, actually we are logged out. So I'm going to try logging in again and come over to password, and I'm going to log in. So as you can see, it says you are logged in. Actually, that's what we want, but it keeps showing this user does not exist in. So that's an error that we're going to be fixing later. Now I'm going to go ahead and log out just this time, and I'm going to enter password, and this time around, okay, what's going on? I think the bootstrap is actually colliding with something. I'm going to log in with something that doesn't exist, and what you notice, it says username or password does not exist. So this one says user does not exist. I think that's pretty much because we are passing that in as success, right? Okay, that isn't supposed to be success. If we come over here, you are logged in. This is supposed to be message-warning. Okay, that's supposed to be message-warning, and actually there is even a little problem over there. Okay, so let's test this out one more time. I'm just gonna refresh this, and let me refresh it one more time. Get back here, refresh. That's it. I'm gonna enter password, and I just want to enter an email that doesn't exist. I'm gonna hit login. Now what you notice, it says user does not exist, and that's it. So let's go ahead and log in with the actual thing that exists. And as you can see now, it says you're logged in, but this keeps showing your user does not exist. We're going to be fixing that later. Okay, so hopefully now all this are working, the tags are working, and but this is actually colliding with Bootstrap. Maybe in the future video we're going to look for a way to resolve this, or actually manually create our own tag, okay, to do the same work. I'm going to show you guys how to do that maybe in the later video. Okay, so as you can see, that's colliding with Bootstrap. So let's try doing this our own way, and hopefully it works out well for us. Now what we need to do is just comment out all these things over here. We're just going to comment that out. Now all this alerts, blah 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 things, they are not going to work again, right? What we simply need to do is come over, we just need to create a new style for this. So I'm just going to open up a style tag, and we need to say .success, and remember we've got the success thing at the index.html. We're still going to be using this, okay, but in the sign in.html, remember this thing that we've got over here. Get to the top, Now this is what we want. I'm just gonna copy this and I'm gonna come over to the alert and I'm gonna paste it down here. So this one is gonna be error dot error, and I'm gonna create the one for success. I'm gonna create the one for warning. Then we're gonna use it to do whatever we want. Okay. So over here, this one is gonna be for success, and what that means is that we're gonna be changing all this. We're gonna change this to green. Okay, what's going on? Change this to green, and also for this one, we need to change this to green, just like this. And also we need one more for the warning, and that should be it. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna say warning dot warning, and this one is gonna be yellow. So I'm simply gonna come over here. I'm gonna choose the yellow, and for this it's gonna be let's say dark yellow something. Okay, that should be it, guys. Let's go ahead and try running this one more time. As you can see, everything looks good now. I'm gonna put in a password and I'm gonna try putting in a username that doesn't exist, and we hit enter. So right now, as you can see, it says username or password doesn't exist, blah blah blah. I'm gonna go ahead and log in with the one that actually exists, and right now it says you that does not exist, you are logged in, and this is not what we want. We want to actually go ahead and display messages that tag. So I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to say message dot tag, and that should be it. Let's try this out again. I'm going to go ahead and log out and I'm going to log in one more time. Okay, as you can see, that's it's actually working. So it says you are logged in. So that's what we want to do. Now we're gonna go ahead and refresh this. As you can see, it's gone. So if we log out and try putting in something that doesn't exist, I'm just gonna put in some username that doesn't exist and hit login, and let's see. Or do you notice it shows this error thing? But that's not what we want. So we want to come over to the signin.html, and I'm just gonna get back and get the include partials thing. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna refresh this and sign it again. Now what do you notice? It says username or password does not exist. So that's pretty much what we are looking for. Everything is working perfectly well now, and I guess that's gonna be it. In the upper video, I'm just gonna show you guys how to get rid of this, and that's gonna be it for authentication. So now we're gonna go ahead and start working with actually uploading video from the front end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new. Do make sure to check out my YouTube channel. The name is Desfix at YouTube, and also if you've got a couple bucks to spare, consider checking out my YouTube membership. Joining is really gonna mean a lot to me. And until next time, I'd love, peace out.